I have all the faith in K1. I know him as a person, as a player, all that. And I think that's the guy. That's who you build around. That's who you tweak a little bit with here and there. And everything comes together. I mean, it's not just the Kyler Murray show either. Like, there's other parts that need to be intact. Like, the coaching staff needs to be there. The offensive line obviously always needs to be there. But I think Kyler's exactly who can take them to a Super Bowl and can win one with him. Like, I have all the faith in that guy. And, you know, with the right pieces, with a little bit of luck too, because that plays a part in it too, they can get big things done there.
Love to see this guy on Radio Row and moving around so well. It's, of course, our guy Will Hernandez. Yeah, Arizona Cardinals guard. Soon to be free agent. Hope to keep him in the Valley. But you know what, Will? I got to say, it was so it broke my heart. You have such a great season. And, obviously a contract year. But it was nice to see once you were gone away from the locker room, everybody sporting the Miho things, hats and shirts, all the swag, like from Trey McBride to James Conner to your fellow offensive lineman. You were missed.
Oh, for sure, man. And I definitely miss those guys just as much as they missed me. I miss being on that field too. But, at the end of the day, we signed up for this. It's part of the game, and as much as it sucks and as much as it can suck for me, especially this year, you got to take it on the chin, and you got to know that, it's part of it.
Yeah.
It's part of it. And the only thing that truly matters now from here on out, because it already happened, right? Mm-hmm. It's done, is how do you respond from it? Are you the same guy? Are you able to keep this strong?
Yeah.
And just keep rolling. And that's what we're doing.
That mentality, is that always been there? Is that something that I think that the culture that's kind of been established under Gannon and Awesome for, is that something that you've always done, or is that something that you just feel like is appropriate right now?
Well, definitely, coaching staff, you never stop learning.
Yeah.
I learned a lot from those guys as well. But this is the way I've been since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And part of that reason, is you do all these things, but you never truly know if you're truly that person until something bad happens. And that was the case for me. I've never been injured my entire career, or at least not injured to the point where I needed surgery and my season was over. Never been in this predicament. So it was very eye-opening, and it was very great for me, for myself, to see that, look, this happened.
Yeah.
And I'm still the same guy.
Right.
So, I took what I could from it, and I'm just going to keep it rolling from here on out.
Yeah. You know what? I got to catch up with your old friends last night at Super Bowl opening. I saw DJ Humphries out there. It's got to be exciting to see one of your old teammates get a chance, one win away from the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, man. No, I'm so happy for that guy, and I'm so proud of him, too. He's one of those vets that – because when I came into Arizona, when I came into the Cardinals, I was the only new offensive lineman that they had at the time. And I was the youngest one. I was going into year 5, and I was the youngest guy on that entire starting offensive line by like 4 years. So it was Humphrey, it was Pugh, it was Rodney Hudson, and it was Kelvin Beachum.
Yeah.
And then just me throwing in that right guard, the young buck. And it was funny because, last season before I got hurt, I was the oldest one on that offensive line. So, it just goes to show how crazy and how quickly things can change.
But it is interesting, just how things have evolved and changed. And it's like last year you guys were such a tight-knit group. I'm talking about 2023. You add PJ, the right side. I'll contend I loved the buddy cop duo that you guys were, the tag team duo that you guys were on that right side. Him at right tackle, you at right guard. Yelda emerges as a journeyman guy to a starting center. You've got so many different pieces from Grandpa to Beach. You guys lose like one or two pieces, but you still have, I feel like, that camaraderie in the offensive line group. What is it that keeps you guys tight knit like that?
Well, first of all, it starts with the kind of quality of guys that you have and you're bringing in.
Yeah.
Scouts know this, coaches know this, GMs know this when they sign guys. Will this guy mesh with this guy? I think that's part of the whole evaluation as well too. GMs have to have that eye for personalities and for how guys are based on like how they talk and how they act. Mm-hmm. And they got to know that these guys will mesh well together. And that's exactly what we had. We had a bunch of guys, even though we were all from different backgrounds, we all meshed really well because the main thing of winning, working hard, all that was all there for all of us. And I think that was one of the most important parts. And when you have an offensive line because everybody knows you have to work together as an offensive line. When everybody has that, it makes everything so much easier.
Yeah. I mean, like, Hump exits, Paris moves over, you bring in Jonah, get Evan Brown, who's just his workouts are now legendary from what we hear. He's out there, he's a workout warrior, right? And he's pushing guys to compete with them. Like Paris said that he wants to beat him in like 2 things every time he's in the weight room. But it's just like, as much as things change, they stay the same, I think, as far as the culture of that room. And that's got to be a testament to, like you're saying, the type of guys that come in there. That's really cool to see. When we talk about this Cardinals team, and they really love to run the football. And is that just something that you guys thrive off of? Like, you talk about being like-minded with the person next to you, but then you got James behind you. You got, you work in the tight ends. You got Tip Ryman, who's just a hard-nosed guy. He likes to get his hands dirty. Trey, even, as much as a pass catcher as he embraces his blocking role. What is it about you guys? I mean, how does that get instilled?
I think we all understand that if you have that base concept down of being able to run the ball at will, it opens up everything else, and it makes you dangerous. Because now, if there's a team that can't even stop the run, how are they going to stop the pass if they're trying to stop the run? How are they going to stop all these play action screens? Whenever they think we're definitely running the ball and we're not, and now we got guys open, we got Trey McBride open. It goes back to the fundamentals. Like, if you can run the ball efficiently, and you don't even have to be the best in the league, but you can just run it very efficiently, everything else opens up. And now all of a sudden you got high caliber receivers when maybe before the season they weren't. But now they are, because they have the chance, the opportunity, because the offensive line, James Conner, and all those tight ends that block for us as well, is getting that one specific job done.
Can you give us any insight on the end of the year dinner with the offensive line? I saw on Paris Johnson's Instagram there was a large bill that apparently Christian Jones and Isaiah Adams maybe had to pick up. Was that number, was it tweaked? Was it real?
You see, this is why you can't believe everything you see on the internet. So that was a fake bill.
Okay.
We were messing with them a little bit. Again, we mess around with each other. We have that, camaraderie. We were messing with the rookies. Printed out a fake bill, got their reaction, messed with them a little bit. And after that, the real bill came out. I think it might have been like a fourth of that.
Okay.
Or half, something like that. I don't know. I didn't pay. The rookies did.
Right.
But definitely was a fake bill. And, we were just having some fun with the rookies.
Both those guys fit right into third-round pick in Adams, and he filled in admirably for you, picking up at the right guard spot. And then, of course, Christian Jones getting the start at the end of the season. Great personality. Had the fortune of talking to him a little bit. I can't imagine whose soul left their body when they saw that bill.
Both of theirs. Yeah, those guys were in sync for sure. But and it was actually hilarious because Christian saw it first, and we were getting his reaction, and Adams was just asking him to see it. He's like, just let me see it. How much is it? How much is it? And Christian was just so mind-boggled by the number that he just kept holding on to it. And Adams was just like, let me see the bill. And that made it even funnier.
Yeah.
But no, those guys were very good sports. I love their personalities.
Yeah.
I love them as players. I'm glad Arizona picked them up, and they're definitely going to be of a lot of help for us in the future.
Let me talk to you about the stretch with this team. You go into the bye week 6-4, and then rough patch, and you can't go to the postseason like everybody wanted to. How was it first? Watching that and not being able to contribute. But then also, like, what was your takeaway as far as just how things ended for the Cardinals in 2024?
Yeah, I was crushed as soon as I found out that I'm not going to be returning to play.
Yeah.
Obviously, I took my own, little few days to pout about it, blah, blah, blah. And then after that, that's when I got my mind right. And I said, okay, how can I still be of use to the guys around me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm useless physically now.
Yeah.
How can I still be of use to these guys, to this team, which is still, like, I'm still under contract. Like, I feel some sort of that I still owe something.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, well, first things first, talk to these guys, show up in the facility, talk to them while in the training room, motivate them, send them texts, congratulate them after wins. And then when I was able to finally start walking, I showed up to the home games, and I was on the sidelines. I was talking to guys, like, I was coaching them up a little bit, helping them out, talking to the rooks. And, that was the biggest way I can contribute something
Mm-hmm.
to, the season that I thought I was going to have. And then after that, seeing everything how it unfolded, it's part of the game.
Yeah.
And I think there was a lot of things that went wrong. There's a lot of things that these guys are going to build on.
Yeah.
And a lot of things that, I feel are only going to just go like this.
Yeah, I mean, Paris taking over that left tackle spot seems like. I talked to DJ, and he's like, it was seamless last night. He's like, he wasn't surprised by it. He was like, his transition to franchise left tackle was seamless from the right tackle spot, which is unbelievable to hear. But I got to ask you this question as far as the quarterback play. What do you envision the future of Kyler Murray as you just told me that you feel like things are close with clicking in this offense? What do you think the future is for K1?
I have all the faith in K1. I know him as a person, as a player, all that. And I think that's the guy. That's who you build around. That's who you tweak a little bit with here and there. And everything comes together. I mean, it's not just the Kyler Murray show either. Like, there's other parts that need to be intact. Like, the coaching staff needs to be there. The offensive line obviously always needs to be there. But I think Kyler's exactly who can take them to a Super Bowl and can win one with him. Like, I have all the faith in that guy. And, with the right pieces, with a little bit of luck too, because that plays a part in it too, they can get big things done there. We can definitely make some stuff happen. And I have all the faith in the world in them, him, and the players around him too.
We have a channel here at DLLS. They cover the Cowboys. They're in our network. We got the Bears show over there, CHGO. They see a impending free agent to be, and they need a guard, and they're like, we need Will Hernandez. What's the future hold for Will Hernandez? You want to make a permanent home in the desert? Is that what you want to happen in this offseason?
Hey, man, of course I would love to stay where I'm at, where I already built these relationships, where I already know, what each person brings to the table. Like, I'm a very loyal kind of dog, bro. Like once I connect with someone, once I play in the trenches with these guys, I'm attached. Like, I would definitely love to stay, But at the end of the day, it's not up to me. I can't make these decisions, and if something happens where like I can or I can't, then we'll go off of that and we'll see what the next step is. I haven't even thought about it. The only thing I think about is getting this knee back to 100%, which is exactly what's happening as well. And I'll be back, and I know that for sure. But until then, I can't. It'd be weird to worry about all these other things.
You're an athlete's first guy, right? I mean, they'll get the work done for you. You'll get, whatever the best deal is for Will Hernandez, they'll find that one out there. But we absolutely want you in the desert. What was it like seeing Klayton Adams get that gig in Dallas?
Oh, man, I was so happy for him. I was there when he first came in as a rookie O-line coach for the first time. He was his first time getting the head O-line coach job. And Cardinals did that with him. And so when he came into the room, this as a player. There's veterans in the room. I wasn't even the oldest. Kelvin Beachum, Grandpa Beach. So we were kind of just like wondering how he was going to handle the room, being a first-time guy. And he handled it very well. He knew exactly what to do, what not to do, what to say, what not to say. And honestly, he showed a lot of maturity. If you wouldn't have told me he was a rookie O-line coach, I wouldn't have known the difference. And I think he did a great job with everything, with everyone, taking all the players that he got and making them the best that they possibly could be. I think he did all that. And you could tell it too, man. I've been through a lot of O-line coaches, and you can tell this guy definitely cares about what he does. It's not just any job for him. He doesn't just he does it for the right reasons. He cares, and he's passionate about it. And that's all you want from an offensive line coach.
Yeah.
Because they can all do their job. They're very smart. But the fact that they can bring that to the table, the passion, the care, all that's what makes an O-line coach valuable in my eyes.
Yeah, Dallas got a real one. And it's a loss for the Cardinals. I like who they brought in, Justin Fry from Ohio State. They match him back with Paris. It's a nice little pipeline to have from Columbus. But, Will, you're doing some great things. You launched the clothing line, Mijo Things. Unbelievable. Where can people get some swag?
MijoThings.shop. MijoThings.shop is our domain. And then also on my Instagram, I have the link right there. Takes you directly to the website. You can buy any Mijo merch there. And, we're going to be launching our new drop at the end of February. And on top of that, we are launching a food truck called Mijo's Tacos in El Paso, Texas, June 21st, following my second annual camp.
Nice.
and we'll be the first time. I'll give all those campers and parents first time to try the Mijo's Tacos truck, and we'll take off from there.
Get some future miners in there, and they'll get some great tacos.
Exactly.
That'd be great, man. So, look for that. Obviously, look for the drop coming in February, and I heard you guys are doing some big things, too. You're going to want to make sure you're following Will Hernandez on all your social channels, Twitter, Instagram. He's got all these incredible stuff. Hopefully, you'll get to see maybe a story or a post of him re-signing a nice new contract with the Arizona Cardinals. But regardless of where you go, Will Hernandez, it's been a pleasure, man.
Hey.
Best of luck, of course, the rest of the time here in New Orleans and in your future.